Zombies were never actually monsters. They were victims.
That creator explains the Haitian origins of the zombie monster and how the zombie is actually a victim, not a monster. She goes on to give like a metaphorical explanation for what zombies really are. But I'm gonna tell you what my Haitian mother told me a zombie is. Strap in, cause shit's about to get weird. So this explanation starts with the blowfish. Who remembers the Simpsons episode where they eat the dangerous part of the blowfish? Those who don't know, blowfish is one of the most expensive delicacies and one of the most dangerous foods to eat on this planet. And that's because the blowfish, if you don't chop it up properly when you're preparing it, can be poisonous as hell. So in Haiti, this poison from the blowfish is turned into a powder. And the story goes, if you have done somebody wrong, or somebody feels like you've done somebody wrong, or you're just up to some plain no good, what some people will do is get this powder and dose that person with it. And what this powder does is it mimics death. So you appear to die, and I don't know if it's still like this, but back in the day when you died in Haiti, you were pretty much buried the same day. So your family buries you thinking that you're dead, but the person who dosed you knows that you're really not dead. And so late at night, they go into the graveyard and they dig you up, take you home, and turn you into their slave. Because one of the effects of this powder is that you are still alive, but in a zombie-like state. You can't speak, you can't really do anything except for work. And whoever dosed you and is keeping you captive, that's what they do. They put you to work for the rest of your life. So in that sense, yes.
Hey guys, and welcome back to All Things Jenny. I'm Jenny. Have you ever wondered where the true origin of zombies came from? Somehow Haiti smack in the middle. Have you noticed the pattern so far?
Do something with it.
It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me always. Money coming in all day. Money coming in all paid. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me frequently. Money coming in to be with me. Money coming in secretly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just money coming to me easily. Money coming in and needing me. Money coming in repeatedly. Money coming, it's just money coming. It's just.
How can zombies be real? So if you already follow me, you already know I told y'all about zombies, and I basically give y'all an explanation of what zombies are, how can you recognize one, and how people can basically send you a zombie and ruin your life, right? But I want you guys to get a better idea of the history of zombies. So let's watch this video that I saw on TikTok, and it basically breaks it down perfectly. I'm gonna tag the person below, but let's watch it together.
Motokole, or zombie making, is a practice that is said to be common in Kalabo, Kaoma, Senanga, and Lukulo districts of Western Province in Zambia. An article by Maboshe Nyambe says that it is the practice of killing someone by using charms in order to later enslave them. A technique called mirror image is used by witches and wizards, where a fake body is projected and eventually buried, while the real person is confined somewhere else. Several cases have been reported in papers and online outlets over the years, such as the case of Gift Sakachila, who is believed to have died and was buried in November 2022. He was found working on a farm in Kalumwange area of Kaoma. Community members flocked to the area to see it for themselves and were shocked to find him alive and kicking. A commenter on Facebook stated that charms are used to make the victim idiotic or suffer from some form of imbecility and amnesia. Therefore, a lot of victims don't remember anything and don't miss home or anyone. In another case from 2020, one of 6 people that drowned in Lemolunga in late 2019 appeared out of the blues with her child. On that fateful day, that was 18th December 2019, Kakoma Biemba and her baby, Masambo Biemba, were in the company of 4 others when the boat they were in capsized as they were crossing the Zambezi River in Nadombe area. The deceased were buried on 20th December 2019. She reappeared in September 2020 and told police that the people who were keeping her sent her to buy tomatoes at Lemulunga Market, and that is where she met her relatives. Her father was shocked and was able to give a solid identification of his daughter from a scar that she had from childhood. The practice is becoming more common, with stories popping up every other day. Is there a logical explanation for this phenomenon?
Have the zombie movies you've binged lately hit too close to home? When we think of the living dead, we often think of a zombie apocalypse, usually as a result of a disastrous global pandemic. Survival may speak to the human condition, but largely, today's zombie films, shows, and literature are made for entertainment value, which could not be further from the true agony out of which the creature was born. Storytellers in the U.S. have been fascinated by the idea of zombies for over a century, but due to it in 1724. Many of the rules were based on edicts made in 1685, limiting religious freedoms for enslaved people in French colonies. And by French law, enslaved people were required to convert to Catholicism. Ultimately, the Code Noir consisted of 60 articles meant to maintain order and govern Haitian plantations. But in practice, the code was not well enforced, and there were few regulations to protect enslaved people from inhumane punishment.
Does the Bible talk about the zombie apocalypse? Jeremiah 19:9. I will make them eat the flesh of their sons and daughters, and they will eat one another. Ezekiel 5:10. Therefore in your midst parents will eat their children, and children will eat their parents. Luke 21:36. Be always on the watch, and pray that you may be able to escape all that is about to happen, and that you may be able to stand before the Son of Man. Share to warn others.
Had no business being this extreme, because what? Excuse me? To make you eat your consume your own children, or children consume your own parent. How do we go from that to this? I'm so confused, because the Father is here to save us, and I get it, sins, okay, because apparently every sin is a sin and it's all equal, okay, which though it's not fair, because if, for example, somebody go out there, a man, for example, because the Bible said men, you know, they're lustful creatures, which we all know. Anyway, go out there and look at a girl who's wearing a beautiful red dress, which I love wearing a red dress, so maybe I'm the girl. Anyway, go out there, look at, I didn't make him look. He got eyes, he can look. That's the reason you gave him eyes, okay? It don't make no sense. So, I'm not taking this up with God. I'm just explaining something. Anyway, okay? So he looked at me, so he sinned, right? How can that sin be just as equal as somebody else taking someone out? I mean, like, exit you out, game over. How is that the same sin? It don't make no sense. The sin should not equal like that, because that's too extreme. It is too extreme. You looking at someone, which is human nature, honestly, because you gave me eyes to look, okay? This is why I find it weird when people like look in relationship and people consider that cheating, because, okay, the person have eyes. What do you want them to do? Remove everybody in front of them? You know, what are they going to do? Remove everybody in front of them? I don't know. In my opinion, that's not cheating. Whatever. Because I'm going to look too, okay? You're not going to tell me someone I find to be cute is not cute because you're my man. Excuse me, my eyes still work. I'm not dead. Okay. So anyways, that's why I don't think it's fair, because I don't want you doing that to me, because I'm not taking that. Anyway. Yeah, so how can these two be the same sins? It doesn't matter. I mean, it does matter, but, well, apparently. It does matter because, yes, I said apparently because that's what the Bible says, okay? So it's apparently. Yes, I've been to church and I've actually read the Bible from front to back, okay? Front to back. I've read The Purpose-Driven Life. Love about that book. I think I still have a copy somewhere. I think everyone has a copy of that book. Don't know how they get it because I don't even know how I got that book. But it was a good book. It was a good book, I have to say. At the time when I was reading it, it's a good book. There's lessons in there that I would still follow. Anyways, the sins are not the same. You cannot judge someone for that. You know? So I don't know. That was quite extreme because if someone takes someone out, like you delete someone out of the game because life is clearly a game. Now maybe I'll make a video on that. Let me know. Anyways, life is a game. So you delete someone out of the game, right? You cannot judge me for looking at a cute man or a wealthy man because you can spot him out from anywhere. The broke ones are quicker. You can spot them out anywhere. They're right there. They're everywhere. Anyways, so yeah, you cannot judge me for looking at someone who's in front of me versus someone who planned everything out because the majority of the time it's planned. But if it was like accidental, even then, you know, that's why they judge them differently. But according to the Bible, every sin is a sin. It's equal. That's what I was taught. Okay, at least that's what I read. But yeah, I don't know. That was kind of harsh from the Bible. That was kind of harsh. Yes, I get it, but real zombies don't do that. They don't eat flesh. They do not eat flesh. And I think the Bible, like I said, is stupid decoded. I think is something more serious they're telling us. Because who are you turning into these people who are eating flesh? Remember the man in Miami that just snapped and talked about it was on bath salts, and ever since then I never seen nobody else on bath salt after that or even before that. What happened to that man? This is for entertainment purposes only. What happened to that man? How did he go from being, wasn't he like in the military or something? You know, the whole experiment kind of thing, but entertainment purposes only. Y'all probably wonder why I say that a lot. YouTube is very sensitive, so I gotta watch what I say, you know? Yes, so yes. But I think it's kind of weird because it was very well said. Nothing in the Bible is put there by mistake, okay? Nothing. So, you know, like if you have like a dream journal or something, you might write something on accident, or you might put something by mistake and you erase it. Oh, in your journal, you're writing something, you know, whatever. You put something on accident and you erase it or by mistake. But the Bible is not mistaken. And if it says something, it means that once you decide to break it down, you see the meaning. That right there, that was... I'm going to turn y'all on to flesh-eating people. That's what I heard. And it didn't sound like there was any mercy after it. It was just like, look, this is it. I've given y'all plenty of chances. Yeah, I get it. But then again, we're also human, right? Because apparently, if a lot of people don't believe that they are God because they're from God, because let me tell you something. If your father, so for example, right, my father, okay, my father claims to be a god. I'm a god, I'm a god, I'm a god, I'm a god, I'm a god. Example, right? I'm a god. Anyways, he's my father. His bloodline I'm connected directly to his bloodline. If he claims to be a god, and if I, for example, in this world, find him to be crazy enough, but I believe that whatever he believes, I believe. This man thinks he's a god, and ever since I've known him, he always said he was a god. He's a god, okay? So therefore, I could go somewhere and say, hey, I'm a god, because my father keeps saying he's a god, and I believe he's a god, so therefore I'm a god, because guess what? He's my father. So whatever it is that this person has, I am directly connected to that. If God is the creator of heaven and earth, which it was spoken, the spoken word, he's the creator of the heaven and the earth. Spoken in the beginning, God said, let there be light. So there was light. Just like if I said I have an idea in my head, this is all in my opinion, this is all for entertainment purposes only. So God said, I said, now we're on me, right? I said, I want to write a book about this. And I wrote it down my vision board, and then I pursue it and I create it. You know, it was a thought before. Just like God thought, oh, I should probably create a few human beings. Whoever believed in that story, right? If you believe in that story. I believe in it at one point, yeah, so I get it. But now I just question certain stuff. And I'm like, because I'm allowed to question things. I'm not getting mad at nobody, okay? But I'm just saying, I'm a woman, I have to change my mind. So anyways, that's the question. Like, if God, and it even says in the Bible, ye are God, ye are the Son of God. I know that it says that for a fact. I just cannot tell you right now which passage, but I know it says that. And I can find it eventually. But anyways, if that person is your father and he says that I'm the creator, I'm the God, and he creates, he says this and that, well, wouldn't you just follow what he says and then just try it? Hell, what if it doesn't work? But what if it does work? What if it does work? Sometimes you just got to be crazy enough to say, I'ma just try it, okay? Ooh, that was confirmation right there. What I just saw, that was kind of creepy, but it was okay. Anyways, but yeah, what if it does work? You know, I remember when I was in church one time, guest speaker came to speak. He was talking about hell, right? And what he said stuck with me, but then I reversed it in different departments of my life. So he basically said that, what if you live all your life, right, thinking that there's no hell, so you're out in the streets, okay? Because that's how they used to emphasize it, like you just out there in the world, which is, we're all in the world. But anyways, you just out there in the world listening to circular music, which they have a meaning behind it. I talk about the frequency of the music and all that stuff. It doesn't mean that, you know, God is going to turn away from you because you listen to this music, but it does put you at a low frequency where God cannot reach you. You know what I mean? So, for example, if your father wants to reach you and you're in trouble, your phone was dropped somewhere, he cannot reach you. Doesn't mean that he doesn't still love you, but he cannot reach you because you're just not at the frequency, because your phone is a frequency, the radio is a frequency. I don't know, I'm saying too much, oh my God. But anyways, yeah. So therefore, you just have to raise your frequency, and if the music lowers your frequency, depending on the music you listen to. Whatever that you read on the news, whenever you watch the news, it lowers your frequency. Watch the things that's going to vibrate you high so you can be able to reach God, whatever God is to you. Anyways, that's my take on it. It's just my opinion, okay? Opinions are not facts.
The origin of zombies can be traced back to Africa, specifically Central Western Africa, through Haiti. Zombies were made popular through Haiti. Haitians descend from Africa, and the word zombie itself, or zombie as it's said in Haitian Creole, originates from my language, Kikongo. It originates from my people's language, Kikongo, and other Bantu dialects from that region. The origin of zombies is so different from what we've come to know today. These days, they're cool, they're trendy, they're funny. But the real meaning behind zombies is sad. The origin and real meaning of zombies comes from the very real fear of millions of African and African descended people, from the past to the present. The fear of being enslaved, of having your freedom taken away from you. Zombies is essentially a supernatural allegory to slavery.